And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. My name is Huxley. I don't care about anyone else tonight except my players. And of course, all the people listening tonight. I'm just kidding. I care about all of you and I love you. And thank you so much for watching. Um, let's get started. We're here to play some D&D here on Praetor's Rejects. Our favorite game in the world with our favorite host in the world, Mr. Praetor. Oh, he's not in the chat. Damn. Well, maybe next week. Let's get some.
Talk shit.
That's right. That's right. We can. Mama Praetor's got him on a short leash tonight. Let's go ahead and do some player introductions, and we are going to jump right back into the swing of things. We waste no time here on Praetor's Rejects because we have so much to do, so much left to do. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do some player introductions, and we will start with Yagvin Brabalm. Yagvin, can you tell us about yourself? Yagvin? Hello?
Alex is not here today.
That is correct.
Please leave a message after the hologram.
Please leave a message. Please leave a message after the flaming sword swipe. Beep. Ladies and gentlemen, our good friend Alex was not able to make the show tonight. So, instead, he has bequeathed that honor unto me. Because he said, quote, "You don't have enough to do," as the DM. So, I will be playing Yagvin tonight. I hope you guys really like the dodge action. Just want to put that out there. Because he's a real squish. You know, he's a real squish. So, anything I can do to prolong his life, just barely long enough so that Alex can get back and take him over. No, I'm just kidding. This guy is a freaking tank. He is a master of destruction. He is a Warforged Echo Knight Cleric with a whopping 27 AC. And Alex handed me the keys to the Ferrari tonight, so I'm going to drive it like I stole it. Can't wait to see what it feels like to kill something for a change, because you guys have been crushing this dungeon lately. Now, let's get on to an actual player. Edvard Thar, could you tell us about yourself?
John, I'll be playing Edvard Thar, the Luxodon Psychic Samurai, with the flaming hellsword that is 100% not sentient.
That is correct, and I don't know why you keep bringing it up, quite frankly. However, it is also 100% thirsting for something that's right in front of you, Edvard. Something that has its arm, the right arm, I believe, trapped
probably
in trapped in a dragon statue. Bright, could you tell us about yourself? I mean, as if we didn't already have a good idea based on the circumstances.
Hello, I'm Cynthia, aka Amai, on the internet, and I play Bright, the winged tiefling bard/cleric who currently has an arm stuck inside a dragon statue head. She may or may not be one-armed by the end of this adventure. Who knows?
You know, the good news is that if you lose your arm, you'll still have 3 other appendages. You know, or
I know.
I guess 5 if we count the wings. Yeah. So you're really in good shape. That's why God gave you 2.
I count the wings.
I count the wings.
I count them. Very, very much so.
On the wings of a tiefling do our hopes and dreams soar. Speaking of hopes and dreams, a man who has maybe had the chance to live them all out has nothing left to do, and that's why he ended up here. Marlin, the Magnificent, could you tell us about yourself?
I didn't know if you were talking about me or my character. Wow. That was scary. Well, I have duct taped Marlin's mouth closed for the time being, and I will introduce myself as he is always butting in. I'm Loco 1956, or DM Loco 1956 in, I guess, Discord here in Praetors. I am playing Marlin, the so-called magnificent 99-year-old human wizard who has seen and lived more days than he probably wishes he has, especially now that they're up against all of this stuff. But he's holding his own and marching on with Father Time.
Yes, a man who marches to the beat of his own drum, if not to the drum of Father Time. Outstanding introductions, everybody, especially Alex. Very well done. Didn't see that coming.
I rate that one a C plus.
C is for catastrophe. All right,
Oh
guys.
boy.
So with that said and done, with the character introductions out of the way, we're going to go ahead and jump on over to a map. You guys may be familiar with the map. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to see it yet. Viewers at home, our group of characters are in the middle, pretty much the middle of this dungeon. I say the middle, it's about like a little over a third actually, so they're almost at the halfway point. They're not doing too bad, and by that I mean they are 65 rounds into a 150 round dungeon. The initiative never stops. We are on round 65. It's 6 minutes and 30 seconds. For those of you who don't want to do math on stream, I have it written down here in my diary. 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And a lot of interesting things have unfolded since the previous 8 or 9 rounds from last week. For example, if you take a look in the bottom right corner of the screen, you will see Bright, the tiefling, where, as we mentioned earlier, where she has ensorcelled her way into sticking her hand into a threatening-looking dragon statue's mouth. And
As you do.
as one does. And she seems to have gotten herself stuck in a little trap. She determined earlier on that these little dragon mouths like to close, but she was using a very clever little device that she had in order to prevent maladies from occurring. And then one of our DM friends came and guested on the show a couple weeks ago, and as tribute for his effort, he asked if Durnan could steal an item from the party. I said, absolutely you can. And he stole the immovable rod, which had been keeping Bright safe from traps such as the one she finds herself in now. She wrapped a bunch of chain around this dragon mouth to try to keep it from closing, and unfortunately this dragon statue is just a little too strong. Rolled a natural 19 for a total of 24, and that allowed it to bite through the chain and close itself down on her arm. And now every turn that goes by, she's receiving 1 point of bludgeoning damage. And to make matters worse, Edvard Thar is looming over her with a demonic katana, raising it up into the air with both hands, as the voice in his head whispers, "A little to the left. Yeah, that's the spot." As he stares at her shoulder, menacingly. I think that's what was going on, if I remember correctly. And if we zoom out a little bit and take a look up to the north, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see that they battled their way through this hallway of elemental walls. There was a wall of fire, there was a wall of thunder, there was a wall of electricity, and then there was a wall of ice? Question mark? Something didn't seem right about that wall. And I guess I should mention Frick and Frack for a moment. Let's take a look at Frick and Frack here. On the top, you'll see Kobold Frack. He is in green because he's healthy. Nothing wrong with him. And then on the bottom, we see Kobold Frick, who has heavy wounds and damage because he got beaten up by Edvard Thar. Edvard Thar punched down on this little kobold.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that's right. I don't want to put words in your mouth or make a supposition here. A horrible accident happened. You know how accidents happen in dungeons. Kobold Frick got himself hurt by running into one of the environmental hazards of the dungeon. That is to say, Edvard Thar's closed fist.
Multiple times.
Yeah, it's like the guy in Florida. Officer, I was cleaning my gun and it went off 17 times.
Oh boy.
So Kobold Frack is tending to Kobold Frick. It seems that Kobold Frick has accidentally gotten like a little noose or a leash tied around his neck, and Kobold Frack is tugging helplessly trying to move Kobold Frick along in this dungeon. Let's see.
Here,
let's
I tied it around his hands, not his neck. That is the DM trying to make Edvard seem more evil.
Oh, is that what happened? I'm trying to remember. It's so foggy. Yeah, hands. That's right. Yeah, you know what? I have it written down in my diary that it was the neck. Let me just scratch that out. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm looking at the wrong page. It's like a wants list, like a wish list, and then like what actually happened on a different page. I need to go to the page where things actually happened. Speaking of which, let's take a look at what's going on here in the middle. There's a little bit more going on here. Not only has Bright gotten herself trapped in a dragon statue, but she is also being assailed by what can only be known as one of the most classic monsters in D&D, a gelatinous cube. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the gelatinous cube.
Ooh.
That was my unofficial cue for Loco to hit the applause button on his secret soundscape.
He did. Didn't you hear the booze?
We definitely didn't coordinate that, so it's okay.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to stop rambling so I can start all the background music.
Oh, yes.
I know we got at least another 20 minutes of that, so
Pause for effect.
Loco or
go right
Marlon?
ahead.
Pause for effect.
Mm-hmm.
We'll just
Pause.
We'll edit that whole thing out.
Yeah. So are we ready to start?
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
Huzzah.
There you go. Did you hear it?
I
Or no?
don't hear anything.
No.
No.
No. Sad.
The audience doesn't cheer for gelatinous cubes. It only cheers for players.
Go players!
And so I think
Huzzah.
we've covered enough of the details of the previous session. Let's see. There's one more thing I can mention. If we take a look over here towards the west, we'll see a wooden wall. There is a huge pile of wooden debris and junk clattered up together into this makeshift wall or barricade. I hear the music now.
Okay.
I do.
Oh!
Yay!
Everybody give it up for the wooden wall of debris! That's right, a wooden wall of debris made entirely out of scrap wood, wooden spikes, wooden poles, driftwood, pieces of fencing, old furniture, dressers and bureaus, just all kinds of wooden junk piled up in this huge barricade. And that is where we left off. And so, without further ado, it is round 65, and Bright, it is your turn.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Can you
indeed.
take a wild guess?
Honestly, it could go a couple different ways at the moment.
I think, I have already told Edvard if he must, then he can. Go choppity chop. So I said, just give me a moment to turn this knob. So I will turn the knob, hopefully, for the last time.
You will turn the knob, okay?
Because I think I've turned it like 4 times.
So you turn the knob again. It's a little tougher because the mouth is closed up on your shoulder, but you do end up twisting and turning that thing. One more quarter turn, and then you hear a click.
There it is.
And in that moment, the mouth immediately loosens and opens. And
Wow!
and Bright, you are bestowed with a little magical effect.
What do we have here?
You feel a small wash of healing energy emanate from the statue.
Delightful. Thank you, statue. When you chomp down on me, I forgive you.
And you hear some additional click, 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 clink, 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 as the fingers of the stone cage of the dragon's hands opens up, and it reveals some more items. Do you remember what those items were?
I believe it was coins and pink crystals. More pink crystals.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, there was like leather bags encased in this thing. I think is what I remember being described. That was, yeah. My gosh, looking at the party sheet, there's so much stuff in here.
Yeah,
Please.
there's a lot of stuff on the party sheet.
I passed my alchemist fire over to Hedvar, so I don't have that anymore. But I'll pay attention to what's being dropped in.
Okay, so if you wanted to grab the items, it'll take another action. You used an action to turn that clank. It was like the last quarter turn, so you'll have to spend your next turn grabbing those items.
Yeah, I know. I'm just, since we have so much crap inside of the inventory already, I was just looking to see what popped in so I know what to grab for next time.
Gotcha. I'm not going to put it in there just yet.
Oh, okay. Wonderful. So I have freedom now.
Bright, I want you to perceive your environment using whatever skill you think is appropriate, and that'll be a free action.
Okay. Well, perceiving is perception. So I'll go ahead and do that.
Okay. The most pressing matter at hand at the moment is the fact that something awful is happening to your left. As you watch this,
Yes.
as you watch this section of the stone wall, you see that this horrifying, clearish blue goop is seeping through every inch of the wall. It's like a huge 10-foot by 10-foot section of the wall that is just weeping this goop. You know that it's another gelatinous cube seeping right through all the cracks in the stone wall. Edvard Thar already pushed it back with his mind once, because he has that badass power. And he seemed to have delayed its emergence by one additional round. You know that in another round, that thing is going to emerge unless somebody does something to stop it. And then... Sorry.
Go ahead.
What did you want to say?
I was just gonna ask with that perception, since she's so close to it, could you tell if this thing is like made of water or something? Like what it's made of per se?
That's a good question. For lack of a better term, it looks like ooze or slime. Definitely thicker than water. It has a faint bluish color to it. Almost iridescent. It's capturing the light, and it seems to reflect around in the light, make it look like it's got a slightly foggy appearance to it within the goop.
Jello.
Like Jello.
It looks like Jello.
like foggy, unappetizing Jello. Semi-sentient Jello.
Delicious.
Bright pulls out 2 spoons, says, "Come at me, bro."
Come at me, bro.
Get in my belly.
Oh boy. Okay.
There's one more thing I want to tell you that you perceive, which is that behind you, there is another gelatinous cube. And it's sitting right in the middle of the hallway, right in the space where, right where the stone-faced bureaucrat, the mosaic on the floor, it's like sitting right on top of that thing. And it seems to be, it seems to have coalesced from all the ice and snow. But it's definitely another huge cube. This is like a 10-foot by 10-foot by 10-foot cube. The token on the map doesn't really do it justice. It's kind of terrifying, really, because you can see right through it, but you know that it's alive and malicious. And it looks like it's about to start sliding forward towards you.
Okay. Alrighty then. Let's see here. Well, first I would like to scoot over. I will move and I will flap away over the boys and scoot over here.
Okay. So you sort of somersault and flip over everybody, and you end up you're very spry. You end up standing next to this imposing wall of junk, this wooden junk. It looks like it has some scorch marks where Yogvin and Marlin dealt some fiery blows to it, but it looks like it has not done much in the way of clearing it away, so to speak, but at least you have a bit more breathing room at the moment. Is there anything else you want to do?
The fire that they cast didn't stick to this wood?
It did not.
Okay. As a bonus action, I don't think I can do much at the moment.
Okay.
Oh, wait! Can I use my bonus action to do another skill check to look at this wall a little more closely?
Absolutely you can. What kind of skill do you want to use?
Well, I guess I don't think I'm close enough for an investigation, so I guess it'd have to be another performance.
You can make an investigation. You can also play the wall a song. You see a sign strewn amongst the rubble. It says "Good vibes only."
Good vibes only. Okay.
It's like the same exact sign.
I'll use investigation just to be something different.
Okay.
Let's see.
All right. So, you're investigating this wall now. You can tell that there are no good ways to squeeze through the barricade. You can tell that whoever has constructed this barricade, it's like they did it very hastily, and it's a huge amount of stuff. But it's all been just like piled together in such a way that it's not easy to move anything around, so you can like climb or scoot through. But you could batter it down or burn it. You think that if you catch it on fire, it would take some considerable effort. Some of this wood is like damp, slick, perhaps like slimy.
Okay.
You think that if this wall were to catch on fire, it might generate a huge amount of smoke, which could be a problem for your party. But you feel like there's more you could learn here, but you'd have to spend some more time examining. Perhaps with another skill check.
That is all I can do. So I'm moving along.
Okay. Edvard Thar. Bright frees herself at the last moment, right as you swing down and your katana severs the head of the dragon statue. And the sword goes, ah! Sorry, didn't mean to cut you off.
Look, if you want to play Edvard Thar, just tell me. I'll take a break next week.
I'm just kidding. No, please don't. I have enough going on.
So am I right in assuming that this this cube in front of me, isn't out of the wall enough for me to attack it?
You can attack it.
Oh, I can.
Yeah, it's partially through. It's seeping through, a little less than halfway. It's disturbingly close to you, as a matter of fact, and it's already taking on a cube-like shape.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and use my inspiration.
Okay.
And I shall attack it. Tower or open?
Out in the open. Alright. Let's see, so you're still poisoned for one more round, so that inspiration
That's
rolls
why I
into
used the
another
inspiration.
one. Gotcha. Okay, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage as you slice into this cube. Okay. So you splash your sword through it. Burns a little bit. The cube's still coming. You can tell that you've got a ways to go.
Go ahead and attack it again. This time at disadvantage.
That's also a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. You rolled a 2, but it turned into a 6. So that fighting style is working out for you as you deal some more damage. Well done.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to try and shove it back again.
Okay. That's a fail. So you extend the difficulty for this cube through another round. So you can kind of pin it here if you focus your energy on it, but you do recognize the fact that there's one sneaking up behind you. So you might not be able to stay here.
Go ahead and back to right here.
Okay.
And that will end my turn.
All right. So this cube here that you just swiped at, it diminishes, and you hear gurgling, almost like burping noises as it continues pressing itself through the wall, and then you blast it with psionic power and shove it back again. So it's still struggling, and it'll take one more turn in order to fully emerge. Meanwhile, Frick and Frack, they see this cube and they start freaking out, so they just scoot back some more. Nothing really going on with them at the moment. They can't really help you guys at the moment, especially since Frack is tending to Frick and Frick is wounded. Meanwhile, Yogvin. What does Yogvin do? Wait, what does Yogvin do?
Probably doing some nifty tricks with his shadow.
Yeah, I think what he's gonna do is he's gonna go ahead and step up, and he's gonna say, "You guys get back!" And he's going to just attack this. I think he's just gonna like make some attacks with the flaming longsword. I think it only gets one attack, so here it comes. Wow. All right. Is that what success feels like? Amazing. He rolled a natural 18. Beautiful. So here comes some shimmering damage. So his flaming sword extends, and he swipes through, and when the flaming sword cuts into the what does exist of this gelatinous cube, the whole cube kind of glows because it captures that light, and you can see all of the foggy luminescence of the cube for that moment. And then when the sword comes back through, there's like this burning little scorch spot that just kind of gets swallowed up and starts floating around within the cube's body. And then Yogvin is going to he's going to move back. And then he's going to use a bonus action? I think he's going to move his echo forward to try to act like a target. And then he'll pass his turn. This other gelatinous cube up in the hallway starts sliding forward. And as soon as it does, it comes off of the face of this mosaic, and the mosaic says, "Oh, finally! Finally, it's through! Now you two, come on! I have no time for gelatinous cubes!" And this thing keeps sliding forward, and it sort of like slithers up around the corner. And it comes up to here, and Yogvin's echo is destroyed as it gets absorbed by this gelatinous cube in mass. And this cube is sitting right in front of you guys now, but that used up all of its movement. So it'll pass its turn, and then Marlin, what happens next?
As this thing is sliding, Marlin is going to step back
Wise.
to there, and he's going to once again try to firebolt it.
Firebolt. Firebolt.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
right.
Not so good, but that's all right.
So a firebolt
And-
streaks in between you two.
And I think that's going to be all he can do. He might come down here too. After his initial attack, he will step back up against the wall, and that will be his turn.
Got it. The stone-faced bureaucrat continues emitting platitudes about moving forward, just walking through the wall. He's yelling at Frick and Frack, who are way down the hall now. At the end of the turn, you guys, in the very, very distant rearward direction, it's coming from way down the hall, from the spot where you were already at once before. But at the end of the turn, you guys hear a monstrous, lurching, groaning sound of metal as the vitriolic sphere fades away and the wall resumes its march of doom. And it's now round 66, and it's Bright's turn.
Huzzah! Okay. So she noticed that the wood is damp, right?
Yes. It's not all damp, it's like patchy in spots. But yeah, this, as opposed to everything else in this dungeon, which is old and dingy, this wood seems to have been dampened.
Okay. So, because it's damp, it's a little harder for it to catch fire. So what I would like to do, if that dampness, I would like to use Create or Destroy Water on the wood so that I can get rid of any form of dampness, making it a little better to burn.
That's very creative. I like it. Okay, so you cast Create or Destroy Water. What spell level?
I think it's just one, because I believe it removes up to 10 gallons of water in a 30-foot cube.
Outstanding. Okay. That's really cool and creative, and I am going to give you a point of inspiration for that.
Oh, thanks!
And here's what happens. You cast this spell, and you just kind of wave your intent over these huge piles of wood and debris, and you can literally see and hear the suction almost of water just vaporizing instantly into the air, and the humidity of the whole area just drastically drops. It seems to get drier and maybe a little stuffier for a moment as you just vaporize the oxygen, the water out of the air and out of the material. I think you can tell now that any amount of fire damage would cause this thing to burst into flames.
Wonderful. Also, I want to fix myself because I don't have any more first level spell slots, so that will be at second level.
Oh dear, okay.
Yeah, so it just adds 10 additional gallons. So it's just a little drier, I guess. But yeah, I didn't have any more first level spell slots, but I'll use the second level. It's fine.
Okay.
Cool. I believe. Yes, cool. That was my action. So I think that. Gosh, I don't have a thing to work with here. Oh, well, can I use my bonus action to use a flask of oh no, I forgot. I don't have alchemist anymore. My alchemist fire, I gave it to Edvard. Okay, never mind. I think that'll be it for me.
Okay.
I'll tell Marlin beside me, like, ha, I've dried the wood up. So if you have any kind of fun fire, I suggest we use it now.
Okay. Edvard Thar, what happens next?
Quick question. With Yagvin being right there, within striking distance of the cube, does that count as a flanking?
I'm afraid not. He would have to be right on the other side. Also, I will let you know that. Yeah, what the hell. I will just let you know that this creature cannot be flanked. Flanking amounts to distraction. So when you have somebody on the opposite side of you and you're trying to fight against two people, you're distracted, and that translates into the advantage that your aggressors get against you. But you can tell that this thing is not emitting any psychic energy whatsoever. It is utterly mindless, and it is essentially immune to being flanked.
Being
Oh
answered.
boy.
I'm just going to start my turn off by just doing normal attacks.
I will say you feel a lot better now. That minute has passed, and you guys are no longer poisoned.
Awesome.
Alright. Swing forward, and that is a hit. Go ahead and roll damage. That is huge damage. Well done.
Okay, let's hope we can repeat that.
So close. But that's still a hit. A natural 4. Go ahead and roll damage again. Alright. You go swipe, swipe, splashing this cube's contents all over the place. But it is still alive. Bouncing around. The jiggle physics is crazy on these cubes. What happens next, Edvard Thar?
Knowing that Finn is up next, I'm going to target him and go back to targeting the other one that I've been constantly pushing into the wall, and push him into the wall.
Oh, that was so close. But you managed to shove him further into the wall. It seems like he might never emerge if you keep this up. So you bought yourself one more round against this thing.
I'll move back to here.
Alright,
And I'll end my turn.
got it. So this cube in the wall, it just keeps getting shoved back, but it is relentless. It senses your warm bodies, and it is hungry. In fact, it is starving. It wants to digest you. So it keeps sliding and slurping forward. But it will take one more round to emerge.
If it ever gets that chance.
Yagvin Brabalm, he is going to swipe up at this cube here with his flaming tongue longsword. Alright, and here comes damage. Yeah, so he stabs into this thing and just chops like a whole corner off the cube, so it almost looks round on one side. And then it slowly forms back out, but you can tell it's getting thinned out. Yagvin runs backwards, turns around, and summons his echo again. Right there. He says, "Move back! Move back and catch that wall on fire!" And then a gelatinous cube here, this cube just slides forward, and as it does so, it handily absorbs and dissolves Yagvin's echo. Any amount of damage will destroy this thing. Let's see, that's 5, 10, 15. That's it. Yep. So that's as far as it can move. So it's just relentless in its hunger. It keeps sliding forward. And Marlin, you're up.
All right. I don't think it's a good idea to concentrate on this wall until these are dead.
Well, at least I've prepped it.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a minute.
That's a hit. All right. So you very carefully just throw a fireball right past Edvard's ear into this cube. Scoot back a little further.
Hey.
All right. The stone-faced bureaucrat continues echoing its platitudes. And now we are in round 67. Bright?
Alrighty.
What happens next?
So, what I would like to do, what do I have here? I will do Toll of the Dead towards the gelatinous cube. Oh, it still shows that I'm restrained.
Oh, how about that? Let me go ahead and remove that. There you go. Thank you. Keep me honest. If you guys have a condition you shouldn't have, yell at me. Make me feel shame.
We will yell at Yagvin. Gotcha.
Yell at Yagvin. It's his fault. Oh, let's see here. So you rolled... oh, that was a save for the gelatinous cube, and it failed. So go ahead and give him that juicy D12.
I think it's a 2D12.
I believe it will be. Yeah.
Hey, it is. Perfect. It's a 1.
So
It's
there's
12.
this,
Yay!
the cube, mindless as it is, it hardly has a sense of life and death. But it does have a sense of hearing. And when you cast this spell, it hears this boom, this awful ringing of a deep bell, and the whole cube seems to shimmer and vibrate, and then it just melts into the ground, and it dies just in the nick of time. Well done.
Beautiful. All right. I think nobody is quite hurt in my vicinity right now, so I will just scoot a little closer to the wood, and yeah, that's it for me.
Okay. Edvard Thar, go ahead.
Gonna target him.
Uh-huh.
We're gonna do the little shove.
All right. That is a success. It passed. So you try to shove it again, and it seems like I don't know. It's like you push all the loose stones and stuff, and actually you make things worse in this case by accident. So on this next turn, it's going to get free.
Uh-oh.
It doesn't mean you can't keep pushing it later, but it passed this time.
Well then, I will tell the party, sorry, it'll be able to move, and then I will move up to it.
Oh, you're moving up to it. All right.
Oh, be careful, Edvard.
Yeah, careful's for wimps. And then I will hack and slash.
Hack and slash. That is a natural 2. Was it a hit? What do you guys
Probably
think?
not. I'm gonna go with no.
It was a hit. Believe it or not.
Wow.
Roll
A
damage.
10.
It's a giant 10-foot by 10-foot cube. It's almost impossible to miss.
Oh,
You
man.
literally need a natural 1 to miss this thing. So you slice into it, splash more of its innards? Question mark. All over the walls. I think you got one more swing in you.
I do. And I gotta say, I love my fighting style.
Me too. It happened again, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, is that the
So
champion
he
thing?
he has great weapon
Great.
fighting. So he automatically gets to
Yeah.
reroll 1s and 2s as long as he's wielding a two-handed weapon.
Quite nice.
Alright, so that's a hit as well. So go ahead and roll damage again. Let's just see how lucky you get. Not lucky enough, Edvard Thar, and you have 5 feet of movement remaining.
I'll take it.
Alright. I'm gonna put you right here. Because technically you had to step all the way up into the center there. He's just I can't put him like right in the middle of the wall, otherwise funky things happen with you guys' vision of the cube. So technically
Oh, yeah.
Alright, you pass your turn. At that moment, Regulus comes flying around the corner.
Ooh.
And then this gelatinous cube it emerges and it moves into Edvard's space.
Uh-oh.
Edvard Thar, let me just double check something real quick here. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw in the tower.
It had to be dexterity.
I'm
Saving
afraid
throw?
so. Yes.
Only it was a strength save.
Alright. So, you passed. So, here's what happens. This cube is trying to engulf you. It's trying to, like, just move up into your space and absorb you. But you are dexterous enough to be able to avoid this. You can choose to be pushed back 5 feet, or you can choose to suffer the effects and be absorbed by the cube. What do you want to do?
I'll be pushed back 5 feet.
Push back 5 feet. All right, Edvard, you managed to just barely step back, just in the nick of time, as the full 10 feet of ooze slide forward into the space where you were just standing, and it appears that the dragon statue is now entirely inside the space of the cube, including all of the contents that were sitting inside that little cage.
Rip.
No, not necessarily.
Let's see, that's 5 feet. And then it slides forward another 5 feet. And it happens again. Edvard Thar, I need another
my gosh.
dexterity saving throw as it continues sliding forward.
There it is.
Is this it? This is it. So you failed. On a failed save, the cube enters the creature's space. And the creature,
Uh-oh.
in this case Edvard Thar, you're going to take some acid damage, buddy, as you are engulfed by this thing. So it swallows you up. You jumped back the first time, but you kind of didn't expect it to be able to slide even further forward. It has a total of 15 feet of movement, so I gave it 5 for emerging, and then another 5 to get into that first space, and then the final 5 to reach you.
It just took away my temporary hit points and a little bit of damage. So I'm good.
Edvard, you are completely encased in this ooze. You can move around, but it's tough. It's thick. It stinks. It's getting in your mouth. It's getting in your trunk. You're like trying to close up all your orifices. It burns your eyes. You are restrained, Edvard. And you know that on your next turn, if you're still inside the cube, or at the beginning of the cube's turn, it's going to start digesting you, which means you're going to be taking some heavy acid damage. And there are some other effects that will happen.
Edvard can take it.
Yagvin, Yagvin sees this, and he's gonna rush forward, and he's gonna just try to kill the cube. He's just gonna swipe at it with the sword.
Kill the cube. Kill the cube.
Just don't roll a 1, buddy. All right,
Right.
that's definitely a hit. Here comes the damage.
Is it enough?
He got some really low rolls there. It's not enough. He swipes in. He tries to kill the cube. One final blow, but it's like an edge swipe. Or maybe when he swings, his sword like clips the side of the stone wall, and he doesn't get the momentum he wanted. Yeah. That sound plays from his speakers. A mark of shame the dwarves built into his mainframe.
Oh no.
Whenever he plays poorly. The trumpet echoes down the hall, and he starts crying oil.
Oh no.
But he's not able to kill the cube. Since he used his action, he can't really do anything else. So he's gonna stay here. If Edvard is gonna suffer, Yagvin is going to be there to help him out. He's not gonna allow the cube to absorb anybody else.
Fire sword bros for life, man.
Fire sword bros for life. They lock eyes. They do the secret handshake through the slime.
Oh.
Such dicks.
Marlin, I see you moving around to the other side. What happens next?
He's gonna same old thing. He's gonna try to stop these cubes.
Okay.
Hopefully there aren't any more, but there we go. Oh yeah.
Outstanding.
What do I need to do now?
Let's go ahead and make another attack roll with the same modifiers. And if you hit at all, which I'm pretty sure you will. Is that a 1? Oh no.
Yeah.
For God's sake.
What?
Oh no.
No.
Can I inspiration that and roll that again?
Oh.
Or is that?
In this case, yes. In this case, yes.
All right.
Because
Get rid of
for
that.
skill checks where you gotta like do it in the tower, you have to declare it beforehand. But there is leniency for combat. Okay, that's a hit.
All right.
So go ahead and give yourself the critical modifier, and then roll that juicy firebolt damage.
Come on, we gotta get rid of this thing.
Can do it. I believe.
Did that? It looks like you were not targeting the cube, so
It should have. Oh wow. Yep. I don't know why. I've
well, let me go ahead and just do a little.
I can just drop it on him. Hang on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gelatinous cube. That one, right?
Yeah.
Yay!
And please, could you tell us exactly what happens as you kill this thing? That's Edvard falling out of it.
Yeah. As he steps over, he's like really concentrating. He's getting tired of all of this, and he wants to go home and get in his easy chair. So he does this tapping of his staff on the floor. The orb glows blue. He throws out his left hand and does extra damage
Yeah.
to the cube, incinerating it and basically cooking it into from a gelatinous form into a liquid form. And as you said, Edvar comes falling out of it into all the slime.
I love it. Edvard, you fall to the ground as this gelatinous cube explodes. Just like blue goo splattered in on every corner of the walls here.
All the goo.
And you stand up, Edvard, and breathe again. Just covered in slime. It's like Men in Black after getting swallowed by the roach. It's just you just splatter.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh boy.
But you guys take in your surroundings, and for the moment, it does not seem like there is another cube assailing the group at the moment.
Huzzah.
Is there anything else you want to do, Marlin?
Oh, and he'll probably say, "Okay, now we can get after this wood."
Wonderful.
Outstanding. The bureaucrat.
That will be his turn.
The bureaucrat from around the corner, he yells, "Now look what you've done! You're holding up the line! Come through, please! Stop wasting my time! I would like to go back to sleep!" And we are in round 68, Bright. What happens next?
Wonderful. Well, I do not have fiery things that I wish to use at the moment. But I think I will leave all the burning to all of the guys with fire. Since the stone guy is yelling for freaking frack and they have not popped their heads around for a minute, I will go and check up on them.
Okay. Freaking
So I'm gonna just like look at the guys and be like, I'll leave this wall to you. I've already prepped it for you. I'll be back. I'm gonna check on frickin' frack. I wish to fly and dash my way this way.
Okay. So you fly around the corner.
Mm-hmm.
You fly right through the wall there.
Mm-hmm.
Insubstantial though it may be. You feel an odd little tingle. But nothing happens to you. I suppose you land right here. The stone-faced bureaucrat says, "Excuse me, miss, what are you doing? You're going the wrong way! Turn back at once!"
I will. I'm just going to go fetch my friends.
"Oh, fine. Do tell them to hurry."
Yeah, I'm going to go fetch them. Don't you worry.
"Don't you tell me what to do, madam. I'll worry if
But
I
you
want to. This is my hallway."
Well, you don't tell me what to do either, Mr. Stoneface.
Do not talk back to me.
See, that's as far as I can move.
Okay.
I think, yes. But I can see frickin' frack. And I would like to wave to them and try to get their attention, gesturing over this way.
Okay. You can see that. Frick is now standing.
Okay.
Frick, bloody nose, broken nose, as a matter of fact, hands bound. Frack holding the leash, if you will, or the rope.
Goodness.
I guess they were just waiting to see what would happen with you guys, because all of a sudden a bunch of creepy slimes started showing up, and then way off in the distance, Bright, you can see a floating little creature with a bunch of tentacles. It is Regulus the Flump.
Wonderful. I'll wave everyone down. Hey, come this way! This way! Let's see. Poor Frick. I guess I'll use my bonus action, free interaction, to pull out a healing potion that I have, so that I can help Frick once they get here.
Okay, yeah, no problem. I personally
So
love
I'll
it.
have it at hand.
I love it when the party uses consumables on NPCs. This is great.
Second healing potion he's gotten.
You poor Frick has just gone through stuff.
I knew this was a great idea.
I just love it when the party gets pets.
Oh no!
Cancel that.
Yep, we're gonna cancel that. As the acid
Oh no.
burns! We're gonna get rid of that.
Oh!
And we're gonna give you back 21 hit points. Did you any of that absorb? I don't think so. Let's see.
I think if you hold control and put it over him, it'll heal him. I forget what button it is, but it gives back whatever damage happened.
I will keep that in mind. In the meantime, I just typed it in.
Okay.
You're back to 16 wounds, Edvarthar. That you get a flash of an alternate timeline where you burn down to a skeleton, just big old trunk, just dead. And then you snap back and you're fine again.
Oh boy.
All right. So since I wasn't digested at all in that time that I was in the cube, and that stuff inside the dragon statue was in there about the same time that I was in there. I want to look and see if that's around. Made it through the cube's little.
Okay. So, I'm gonna go ahead and put some stuff in the party sheet now. So here's what you guys find. Edvard Thar, you see 6 heavy leather pouches, and everything in this area, by the way, is now like covered in this thin, diminishing slime. It's slightly acidic, but it has been covered in the goop. So you guys find 400 electrum pieces. But you also,
Yagvin's favorite.
yeah, but you also find in this bundle, you also find 250 gold pieces and 100 platinum pieces.
Insane.
Very fancy. Edvard Thar, you also find a small green potion, which I'll put in the party sheet. Edvard Thar, you also find 2 small blue potions, which I will put in the party sheet. And then you find a tiny pink crystal sitting on a pillow that has sort of been absorbed by the acid. And then you also find a crumbled up roll of paper or parchment, but it seems to have been heavily worn by the acid. So whatever it was, it's completely unreadable at this point. And then underneath it all, that little pile of stuff, you find a carefully folded leather bag. This bag seems to be completely unfazed by the acid. It's made of brightly colored pieces of cloth, sewn together with fine thread and a leather strap. And that's all you find.
So is that my action? Or...
Oh yeah, that would be your action to scavenge those.
Then I will. Yeah. Oh, how much did I move? 5, 10, 15, 20.
About 15,
okay.
20. Yeah, no, about 10. Only 10 feet so far.
Only 10. So I got 20. Right. I'm gonna go up to here.
Okay.
Hand this stuff off to all the stuff that I just found in there. Hand it off to Bright.
Oh, okay.
Thanks.
Bright, feel free to grab whatever you want from the party sheet.
I will grab all the goodies that he picked up on. Oops.
As well as that alchemist fire that she gave me earlier.
Oh, the one. Thank you.
Yeah, the one that I refused to use.
Excuse me, if you would please stop standing on my face!
Nope.
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah,
We're
blah,
talking
Mr.
here.
Stoneface.
You can talk on the other side. Please go.
I don't think I will.
Oh,
And I'll end my turn.
you're so heavy. Oh. All right. Down the hall comes Regulus the Flump. He floats straight down the middle, and he bounces off the ceiling, floats and bounces off of the sconce, and spins around, and he floats over here. He seems to be in a bit of a hurry as he floats on. Kobold Frack, he walks around, he comes this way, he tugs on the rope, Kobold Frick in tow. Yagvin, he walks up to the wall, looks at Marlin and says, "Well, shall we?" And he just extends his sword, and he starts.
Well,
oh, go ahead.
Do we really want to set this on fire? I mean, I'll do it. but we're kind of in an enclosed space here, you know?
He,
I don't know if these old lungs can handle all that smoke.
Oh, right, you have to breathe. Oh, I don't have to do that.
Well, then...
Well, I can wait.
we can all move back and you can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll let you know when you can go ahead and do that.
He retracts his sword arm. Chink! I imagine it like a switchblade, like it pops in and out or something. It probably doesn't, but I love robots. I love, like, doing robot
It's
stuff.
fun.
So, yeah, he'll move back as far as he can.
All right.
And is he gonna? What's he gonna do? Flamethrower at it? Something like that? Is that what he's doing?
Yogvin has a flaming longsword.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he's a fun sword.
All right. Well, Marlon will move out of his way. Let him have his fun.
Gotcha. Yogvin will summon his echo, and then he'll ready an action to attack the wall as soon as you move out of the way. And then
Waiting
Marlon,
on.
Yeah, Marlon, it's your turn. You step down this way. You step through this thin layer of acidic goop. You think vaguely of your shoes, like, oh boy, gonna have to get those
Need some new ones anyway. Yeah.
And then Yogvin takes a swing. Oops, clicked on Yogvin's echo. Who does have a character sheet? Okay, here we go. Yogvin swings. Definitely a hit. And here comes some damage. Chops into the wall. It's going to take some doing, but you believe it can be done. It's just going to take a little time. Meanwhile, the stone-faced bureaucrat... Oh, come now! Have you ever heard of Weight Watchers? This is being very mean now, because he's just a face on the floor. What can he do except belittle you? And then it's Bright's turn once again.
Wonderful. I will take the stuff that Edvard brought me, which I think I grabbed all of the goodies from the latest mouth.
Let's just
outside of the money.
Looks good. Yeah, looks good. And there is money.
It's not in the parcel thing though. But the money and stuff that's in there is like old money as well.
I think we deleted some of it. Did you guys grab all the extra money? Because I think
didn't grab anything.
Grabbed some of the money on previous episodes, but it looks like the money doesn't work the right way, like when you're grabbing it for yourself out of the party sheet. So I think we had to manually change some of that electrum. But give me just a second, and I think the rest of it's going to be just fine. I
have the electrum pieces because I have 300 electrum pieces in my pocket.
Okay, and then we'll do this. There we go. So now the money is accurate. So you guys are starting to build up a little treasure hoard here amongst all the little stuff that you've grabbed. And I want you to keep in mind that there are some things that you still have yet to identify.
Oh, yes. Oh, I know.
Bright.
That's been on the back of my mind for sure.
Bright, here's what you get from Edvard Thar. You get this, you get a little green potion, which you recognize as a potion of luck. Anybody who drinks it will automatically be bestowed with 1 inspiration. You also get 2 tiny blue potions that you don't know what they are just yet. You also get a curious leather bag. And then yet another one of those little pink crystals that you don't know what they do just yet.
Yes. I have 5 of them now.
Wow.
So the green one is a potion of luck. Can you identify that for me, please?
Bright, could you do me a favor and modify the number of those crystals down to 4? Somehow an extra
4.
one came into existence. Yeah, you should only have a total of 4.
Not 7. I need 4. There we go. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, perfect. And what did you say you wanted to do?
Wonderful. Can you identify the green potion in my bag, please?
Oh, absolutely I can, yes. And what else would you
Yes.
like to do while I do that for you?
Oh, I have the potion of healing in my hand. I'm like, thank you, Edvard. Oh, did you give me the money too, or did you keep that?
I gave everything. Edvard
Okay.
doesn't care about the money.
I'm just trying to alleviate whatever's in the party sheet. So I'll just grab that and put it in here. So that should be just 2 now. And then whatever the GP is. There we go.
Edvard
So
definitely doesn't
PP
care
and
about
GP
money
coming down to
nowadays.
0. I drag and drop it and it adds it into my stuff, but it doesn't remove it from the party sheet. It's really weird.
Did you grab all the money?
Yeah, I just dragged and dropped it in.
So,
And it
all the platinum, gold, electrum, silver, and copper?
Oh no, not all of them, but just all the platinum and the gold so far.
Gotcha.
So those are clear. Because I'm not sure exactly how much electrum and all the other stuff is exactly.
Yeah, if this were a real adventure, I would be keeping much closer track of it. But in this particular case, we can sort of eschew the accounting for the gold pieces, since program isn't exactly playing right with us. I'll come up with an alternative system, perhaps, for the gold. I might actually create separate items for gold pieces, and they'll just be weightless, so you guys can just carry whatever you want. But then they'll be like on your character sheet in the inventory rather than in that gold box, like the coinage. I think that might be the solution going forward. All right, Bright. So you head up there amongst this little menagerie we have here. We've got 2 kobolds on the right and a floating little creature on the left. And as you approach, they all react to you. Regulus. Actually, hang on. Just a moment. I wanted to address the audio real quick. I hear 2 different songs playing at the same time. Am I the only one hearing that?
2 different songs. Is it coming from the stream as well?
One of them's, I didn't check that, but the stream is muted. But
okay.
One of the songs sounded like the classic suspenseful piano music, and then the other one sort of sounded like smooth jazz. And I just noticed.
Smooth jazz.
It did sound like the jazzy too. Now that is what I've been hearing.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask Loco if we accidentally had 2 songs going at the same time. All right.
Did we lose him?
I don't think so, but
okay.
Who knows?
Oh, yellow.
Yeah, I mean, it very could have been, but I don't think so.
But yeah, feel free to keep it going. I just wanted to make sure that we weren't having too much going on in the background. Bright, as you approach, Regulus addresses you. He says, "No, turn back, tiefling girl. It is too dangerous to go any farther ahead. We must flee this place." Meanwhile, the kobolds, they're just like bickering amongst themselves. Frick is like very upset, and he's kind of like yelling at Frack. Frack is tugging on the rope and saying, Frick seems to be cussing him out. His hands are bound by the rope. Frack is holding the rope. What do you do, Bright?
Okie dokie. So, first I'll look over at Regulus and be like, don't worry, I'm not going any further. I just wanted to come get frickin' Frack. We'll be heading back down that way, but there is a wall in the way. We are going to destroy it so we can keep going. So keep on going that way. I'll be right behind you.
Yes. The wall of ice and snow. I can see it now up ahead. Thank you for destroying it.
I ice and snow. No, not that one.
You turn
There's
around.
a wood one.
It looks utterly insubstantial. It's just like this translucent. It's like it's all see-through now. No longer does it look at all like a weather event happening in the hallway. It looks like a straight up illusion.
Oh, okay. Well then. Okay. Carry on, Regulus. We'll be right behind you. But by the way, it's bright, Regulus. It's bright. The name.
Ooh. What did I say?
Just tiefling girl. I have a name, Regulus, just like you.
Noted. I shall address you by the name you were given.
Maybe not that one.
He doesn't know what you're talking about.
Let's turn over to the kobolds. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, you can break it up here. Break it up, fellas. Alright, I got one of these.
When you interject, they both address you like it's like they just noticed you were there. They both start talking to you, and they're like talking over each other like kids, like pointing at each other and gesturing, and they both look very frustrated.
Oh, okay. It's fine. I understand. It's fine. Don't you worry. You are not looking so good there. I want to just be very compassionate in approaching poor Frick, because I know he's been being pretty naughty, but the poor thing got punched in the face. So let's fix that. Allegedly punched in the face. I don't know that. I'm just like, oh, what happened, Fred? Let me help you with that.
What do you do?
I have my potion of healing, and I will just, gently, because his hands seem to be tied, so I'm like, these shenanigans, what's going on here? While he's still bound, I'll just give him the potion of healing gently, so I'll use that. I have a thing for that.
So are you going to put it in his hands, or are you going to try to feed it to him?
No, I will gently, like hold on to his head for a minute and then open the bottle and be like, here you go. It's good.
He immediately flinches away from you. So you don't heal him just yet. No.
Oh.
He flinches away. As a matter of fact, he regards you with fear. He like cowers backwards and he tries to move back. So what kind of action do you want to make to try to allay his fears?
I want to exude body language that is not threatening, just comforting. Like, I'm not trying to hurt you.
Okay.
Because I can't speak to him, so I just want him to know that I'm not trying to be tense with him. Like, just very soft face, like, very gentle, like, with the, like, touching him, if anything, So, I'll do a persuasion.
Okay.
I'll use an inspiration for it, so the poor guy is like...
From Frick's perspective, this almost jet black and blue creature with wings and glowing purple eyes is like looming over him after having been beaten up by her friend, the giant towering gray-skinned monster with the demonic katana. So perhaps he is just a little mistrustful. And then
I get it.
You hear a voice from behind you. Frick. As you are aided by Regulus the Flump.
Oh, okay.
Roll that with advantage, and you don't have to use your inspiration. So go ahead and tick that you have 2.
Perfect.
Still.
I just gave it back. Thank you.
All right. Frick seems to go limp in your arms. Something about your demeanor and whatever Regulus may have said seems to... He almost goes into a trance for a second, and you use this moment of opportunity to feed him this little potion. And
He's in love.
He's in
whoops, I almost killed him. There we go. Okay. I accidentally typed 7, then he went to the dying condition.
Oh no!
So you punch him in the face, and then you feed him the potion. No, he drinks it, and he is immediately rejuvenated, because I believe he rolled 7. He only has 7 hit points total.
Oh, well
it's this miraculous recovery that he undergoes. His nose just kind of like hardens in place. It's still like bent, sort of, but it instantly heals. So it's like rapid recovery, but it sets in the wrong position. So now his nose is like just a little bit. So he's gonna look like this forever.
Oh boy!
But his wounds heal. The bruising of his scales diminishes, and he's back to full hit points. He like his eyes widen, and he licks his chops when he tastes the potion. It must taste good. Who in the world knows what a healing potion even tastes like? What is the flavor of a healing potion? The world may never know.
Maybe it's a little minty.
You know, strawberry mint.
Ooh, strawberry.
Well,
strawberry kiwi.
Have you guys ever... Okay, I used to work at a catering company, and the chef used to make these amazing fruit teas. And one of the flavors was, as a matter of fact, strawberry mint. So he would muddle up mint with certain spices and stuff, and then he would infuse that with this strawberry tea that he brewed. And it was so good. Like, it was a little spicy, but it was very like fruity flavored. It was very good. I miss that stuff.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah. That's exactly what healing potions taste like in my universe.
I'm here for it. Oh my gosh. Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
That was my action to give the potion. All right. And then as a bonus action, would you allow me to untie this poor creature?
Sure. Yeah, you'll go ahead and untie him. Frack does not stop you. It was kind of a questionable moment, anyways, for Frack when he was handed the rope. Like, he understood what to do, but he was also being heavily intimidated by Edvard Thar. There's like this sense of wonder, but also duty in Frack. But he doesn't stop you, so you go ahead and untie Frick's bonds, and Frick immediately steps back 5 feet. But he's looking at you like with wide open eyes of wonder, and he's rubbing his wrists.
Okay. This was as far as I could move. So I still can't talk to them, but I still want to just use the like welcoming demeanor of just like extending my hands out to both frickin' Frack. Like, let me hold your hands, children.
Come to
me. We'll go and walk down there together because they seem very scared. So it's like, it's okay. We'll go together.
Okay.
And that's it.
What do you do with the rope? Do you leave it with Frack, or are you gonna bind it up and keep it?
I guess I'll keep it. How long was it?
I think it was 15. But Edvard Thar can verify. He can compare the rope amount that he has, because I had him edit the amount. So Edvard can tell you how much rope he has left, and then that amount minus, like from 50, and that's how much you're gonna have.
Yeah, that's a 25-foot rope.
Okay. So
25.
Okay. Add an extra 25-foot rope to your inventory.
I will do so.
And Edvard, it is now your turn.
Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is step up 5 feet.
Oh, thank the gods! Oh, no, you're going the wrong way!
Then I'm going to take out my ceremonial electrum dagger. And I'm going to just cut a little bit of my thumb, just enough to make it bleed, right? And then I'm going to get down on my knees and I'm going to draw, like, stupid looking glasses on this face, little horn, fake cigar running out his mouth.
Egad! Stop! Stop assailing me! I have no time for your foolishness. Please, step through, roll through, crawl through. Just go. Danger approaches, and there is a line. Stop! Stop! Oh, that tickles! Ow, my eye! Like, he just goes on and on.
And Edvard just keeps on drawing on him.
Okay. It's so fun. Regulus accidentally bumps into your head, Bright, but it feels like you just got bumped in the head by a helium balloon. So it's... and then he just, like, floats back, and he says, "Come now, children, let us not tarry here. Danger approaches. The wall moves again." And as he's speaking, Bright, you can hear the grinding and the mechanistic churning of the wall as it is lurching back into life and it's moving again.
Okay. It's like, oh dear. Yeah, we'll keep on going. Come on, Frick. Come on, Frick.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so Frick and Frack, they're going to follow you next turn. Frack willingly gives up the rope. Yogvin is going to keep swinging at the wall, and if you guys take a look at the at Yogvin himself, you can see the orange glow from his sword lighting this area up. That's one of the things I love about this program. Oh wait, make sure my little program's disabled. That changes the color of my monitor.
Cool.
There, it's still orange, but oh, that's a lot better. Wow, my screen's so much brighter now. I need to remember to turn that thing off on Friday nights. Anyway, here comes an attack roll. That's a 10. That's a hit. Here comes damage. As Marlin, he just smashes away more of the debris, and the wall catches on fire. I actually forgot to mention last turn that the wall catches on fire, so I'm going to give it just a little more fire damage. There we go. So the wall is lit, and thick black smoke is starting to build up at the top, on the ceiling. Marlin, you don't think it's going to be that big of a deal, but there is smoke building up in here. Yogvin passes his turn, and it's your turn, Marlin.
You two, come on. Yeah, he's hacking down this wood wall. Shouldn't be too long now. We need to be ready to go.
Yes, listen to your friend!
I'm coming! Frick, Frack, let's go.
Alright. And Bright, it's your turn.
Okay. So I have Frick and Frack are gonna follow me?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, I will go ahead and start moving downwards. Doot. Right over here.
Okay.
And since I'm here, what I would like to do is use... I would like to use Identify. And what I would like to do with Identify is use my sorcery points to do it twice at the cost of one spell slot.
Okay.
Because I only have 2 points, and I only have second level spell slots, so it's going to be both my points.
Now, are you casting... Do you know the Identify spell? Or
I do.
Oh, you do. Alright. Let me just double check something real quick.
I know I have the Identify scroll, but I don't know if I would be able to use my sorcery points to do the same effect.
Uh,
I,
I'm I'm inclined to rule. I'm inclined to rule that there would be like an extra cost, like one extra sorcery's point to do it with the scroll. But we would want to dig into the sorcery points rules to be sure.
I'd be willing to give up both of my sorcery points to use my identity, the scroll, and keep a spell slot.
I'll go ahead and allow it.
Like if that's the case.
I'll go ahead and allow it.
Alrighty.
Um.
I
Okay.
would like to
This
my
is
oh go ahead, I'm sorry.
just to let you know. This is gonna take 1 minute to cast. So is this a spot where you want to hang out for a minute in order to cast the spell?
No.
You think you'll be able to concentrate with all the tomfoolery going on here? Stop drawing on my face! Please step through the wall. There's a line. For the God's sake.
Yeah, right. Okay. So what I will do is instead of using my action to do that now, I will use my action to dash.
Okay.
Just scoot my way down over here by Marlin.
Okay. Bright, you step through this little space here where the wall is, quote unquote. You feel a slight tingling, but nothing else happens.
All right.
And then you safely make it over to the face of the wall there, where the ooze slimed its way through earlier. You see Yogvin, the lumberjack, just chopping through this wooden wall.
As a bonus action, can I do a skill check of some sort to really look at this wall, like the icy illusion wall, because she still feels something when she walks through it, but that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's supposed to happen, so I want to spend my bonus action to really discern if it's actually totally safe or not.
Okay. What kind of skill check do you want to make?
This is magic based, so I think maybe Arcana. It's not my best, but it feels right. So I'll use an inspiration point and try to do Arcana on it.
Okay. Go ahead and check off a point of inspiration, and then roll that in the tower with advantage.
Gotcha.
Okay. So, you examine this this magic, and it's a spell effect. There's some sort of spell effect occurring here. And your knowledge of Arcana is some of it is from books, but a lot of it comes from the divine, in a way as well. So it's kind of like a gut feeling, not so much just a pure force of your intellectual prowess, but you start thinking, and you start remembering the feeling as you walked through this little space and you felt the tingling. It was almost like tiny little pinpricks. And as you further examine the sensation in your head, you realize that those pinpricks were not on your skin. Those pinpricks were like on your psyche, on your brain. It's like it was like pinpricking your perception itself. It wasn't pinpricking your body so much. Just when you walk through quickly, you didn't notice it at first, and you stop to think, and you realize that it's actually some sort of psychic effect. And you determine through your hunch or your gut feeling that this is actually a spell called Phantasmal Force, and you believe that it is dangerous.
Okay. Oh.
So feel free, Bright, to Google the Phantasmal Force spell, at your leisure. And then when we come back to you, perhaps you'll have something to say about it.
Okay.
Is there anything else you want to do? I think you've used up all your
No,
stuff.
that's everything.
Okay.
Yeah, I've passed my turn. Thank
Okay.
you.
It's in the spell list in
Yeah,
Fantasy Grounds.
I have it open here in Fantasy Grounds.
All right, Edvard Thar. Your art project continues.
Now it's pretty much complete. It has a speech bubble that says the line is a lie. There is no line.
But it's not a lie. Look right behind you. Look at
Can you
all these
read it?
people. And there's nobody there. It's 2 kobolds and a fluff.
Yeah, and then I will
This man is mad.
and dash to be right next to Yagvin,
Okay.
and that will end my turn.
Edvard, you move forward. You step through the space where the fog was. You feel a slight tingle across your body, but nothing happens to you. And then you head on over and you see that Yagvin is hacking and slashing at this wooden wall of debris, and parts of it are catching on fire. There's some smoke building up on top of the ceiling, but so far it doesn't look like anything is getting out of control here. Regulus the flump, he comes floating down. He comes to right about there. Frick and Frack, they start making their way down too. As they come near, the bureaucrat says, Yes, please step through! Let the others behind you come through after you! Make way! Please ignore the artwork. I have been subjected to a vandalism act. Do not stare at the graffiti. Please, keep moving. Yagvin dutifully, unerringly, takes another swing. An absolute unit. Smashes this wall.
Smash
it. Marlin, you're up.
Well, he'll step up a little bit just because he sees everybody coming. He's gonna just watch the dismantling of this wall. They're able to keep the flames under control as he's doing it, so he's pretty satisfied. He doesn't want to burn alive, but yet he doesn't really interfere either, so he's good.
All right. In that case, it is your turn again, Bright. Hopefully you had enough time to read that whole entire article. If not, I can give you a general idea of what the spell does.
I did. I got a good look at it. So,
okay.
It's pretty fun. It's pretty interesting. Alright, well.
And you see that Frick and Frack and Regulus, they have paused in front of the bureaucrat who is issuing forth his platitudes, and they seem like they're about to move right on through.
Mm-hmm. I think... Gosh. I'm worried for the kobolds. And I think, you know what? I want to help them out as much as I can. Are they within range of me? Let me find out. $30 feet, maybe. Kind of. Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to move over here.
You step forward.
Okay.
Do you step forward
What I'm
again.
going to do. No.
A little to the left.
Just a little.
Not just that, Mario.
What I'm going to do is I'm going to use what the heck is it? Yes. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I want to use Bless on myself. It's going to have to be at second level. So because of that, I get to add one more additional creature. So usually it's up to 3, but I'll select myself this time to bless myself, the kobolds, and Marlin.
Okay. In that case, go ahead and cast the spell.
I shall bless all of us.
All right,
That worked
guys.
out.
So all of you who are just targeted have been bestowed with a blessing for the next 1 minute.
Wonderful.
Ah.
Yay! So, and with that, I do want to step over again. I'm gonna make that stone face so bad. I want to come over here and just be here to be moral support for
Go
freaking
fight!
Jack.
You please pick a side, preferably the one to the south, if you would. Drag them along. I will permit this. It will be a moment longer. And he looks like a cartoon. He's got a big old set of glasses drawn onto his face. There's like writing all over his face. Like he's been completely vandalized.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever he talks, all of the tiny little disc-shaped stone pieces slide along very quickly on the ground and just like move around each other to form his face. And so like when they all come back together, it looks like the glasses again. And then when he moves, it's like they kind of like scoot around. So it's like this weird shifting graffiti look.
Oh my gosh,
It's
that's
modern
so
art.
funny.
It's a modern art masterpiece.
I'm just gonna chill here, and I want to support our little kobold friends because I know it looks scary, but we're gonna do our best to make it through. Okay, little guys, because there's nothing else that I can do. A bonus action, moral support.
Okay. Edvard Thar, it is your turn.
One. Okay, let's see. It is an action. Is yeah, it's an action. Okay. I'm gonna actually cast Detect Thoughts. And I want to try to see if there's anything behind this wall.
Okay. Let's take a quick peek at the spell, and I want to see how well it can detect through objects.
Right.
So we determined that we would triple all of the powers of the spell. So I'm going to jump in here, and I can now see through 6 feet of rock, 6 inches of any metal other than lead. That looks like it. So it looks like wood is not really a bother to you. So yeah, that will be no issue. So go ahead and give yourself that effect and check off one of your castings. Alright, so you open your mind. You open your mind, bro. Open that third eye on your forehead, bro. And you cast your extrasensory perception through the wooden barricade, and you are searching for thoughts, and you do not detect any. It seems completely vacant of any intelligent life. No thoughts at all.
I will let the group know that there doesn't seem to be any thoughts behind the wall.
Do you
The other
talk
side of the
into
wall.
your communicator on your wrist? There seems to be no sign of intelligent life anywhere. Sorry, that was a Buzz Lightyear joke.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
You're a sad, strange little man. You have my pity.
I love you, man. Thank you.
There it is.
Give yourself a point of inspiration, Marlon, you son of a bitch.
Hey!
Now for my next trick, I don't know if I can do it.
What do you want to do?
Because as written, it says shove one creature. This is a jumbled map of wood, and I just want to try and shove some of it like forward.
Yeah. Let's take a look. You can telekinetically shove one creature you can see. Creature. Strangely would specify a creature. Telekinetic implies the movement of objects. Creatures are objects, if you're thinking about it. I will allow. Well, yeah. Here's the thing. Like, you can't really deal any damage, and this is a very tightly packed array of junk. Tell you what. I want you to make a luck roll, just a flat D20, and if you succeed, then we will allow you to deal damage as though you had swung with your sword.
Okay.
So if you
tower or open?
Out in the open. If you get an even number, then you succeed. But if you get an odd number,
Natural 1.
you blast this pile of debris with your mind. Things move around, but no meaningful effect occurs. No damage.
For the truck.
All right, Regulus. He floats through. He says, "Come, follow me. Let us not allow this bureaucrat to tarry us any further." And he floats through, and when he does so, he has to make a saving throw.
I fully believe in Regulus. Here for moral support.
I am looking for the saving throw DC. I have a lot going on right now. We're in 2 different hallways. It's a mess. There it is. Okay, here we go. All right. So Regulus floats through, and when he does so, yeah, when he floats through, unbeknownst to anyone, but Regulus feels bitterly cold. He floats closer and closer to this wall, and he perceives the tentacles like frosting over and freezing up, and he's like pushing against this wind. Bright, you watch him, and it's like a balloon in the center of a fan. He's just floating around like very like violently, like up against the wind, and he almost doesn't even make it through. But then he crosses the barrier, and something awful happens to Regulus.
Uh-oh.
As he is obliterated.
Oh no!
To Regulus,
I believed in you.
to Regulus, it seems as though he is supernaturally frozen, and what really happens is his synapses are fried by psychic static, as he is as he is assailed by the full brunt of this psychic damage, and it obliterates his brain, and Regulus falls to the ground and deflates and dies.
No, Regulus. Pain. How dare.
And Edvard, you have your extrasensory perception up, and you suddenly sense panic and fear behind you, and you hear a voice cry out, "No! I have failed!" And then that's it. Your extrasensory perception perceives a candle being blown out in the dark.
Not Regulus.
Do I recognize the voice?
Absolutely you do. You know exactly what happened just now.
No, I don't. I had to refill my water.
Oh.
I missed all of it.
Oh no, okay. Unfortunately, Regulus the Flump floated through this illusionary wall of ice and snow, and he failed his saving throw. And he was assailed by synaptic static as the phantasmal force destroyed his brain and killed him.
It was my kill.
Is that what the sword says?
No. Edvard
Oh,
Edvard thinks that if he is able to kill him in that little psychic battle that him and Reggie have, he'll be strong enough to be... No, he'll be stronger.
Regulus the Flump has died, my friends. I'm so sorry.
It's so sad.
You were just tired of doing his voice.
I'm just letting you know what happened. What happens next? Because Frack is he's about to step forward and he sees you here and he's looking at you expectantly like, and he like points, and the bureaucrat says, "Yes, please, step through, step through." The bureaucrat makes no mention whatsoever of what happened to Regulus.
Oh boy.
Frick stands in front of you. He's staring at you intently, Bright. It seems that you have made a new best friend.
Oh.
And then Yagvin. Yagvin's gonna do what Yagvin does. That's a critical. Let's roll again just to confirm. Any hit will do. Oh! Wow. Okay, not a confirm. But he does he does get to deal normal damage. Alright, so the wall is definitely burning now, and it's coming apart in places. We'll give it a little bit more fire damage, Scarecrow. Alright. That shouldn't have happened. Sorry, just double checking something. Anyway. And then it's Marlin's turn. Marlin...
It's just taking way too long.
You step forward.
We gotta get out of here.
There's a bit more smoke building up in this hallway, but it doesn't look threatening at the moment.
What are you doing with that?
Alright, Marlin, go ahead and roll damage with your spell. Okay, Marlin, once again, you deal the killing blow, so to speak, as your firebolt flies in and just punches a hole through this wooden wall, and the flaming debris blasts apart into the room, and now the way forward has been cleared, so to speak.
All right, let's get out of here. Come on. Right. Not so bright. Whatever. Let's go.
I'm coming! I'm coming!
I think you've got some more movement there if you wish, Marlin. Yeah, I think
There you go.
that'll do. Anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. The bureaucrat, the stone-faced bureaucrat, he says, "Do not dawdle, please, please, go through. There are more people behind you." And then, at this moment, here in round 72, I wanted to ask the group if they wanted to take a break. A quick little bio break, or are we doing good?
I'm
Except everybody
okay.
else, I'm fine.
I'm good.
All
I'm
right.
okay.
Fantastic. In that case, we can keep on rolling. Bright, it is your turn.
Okay. Uh, hmm. I've been trying to see, gosh, if there's a way for me to share with them that what's ahead is not real, but I don't think that I have anything in particular. Because I have nothing that can expose it for what it really is.
You do have a tricky situation here.
Well, poor Regulus. Oh my goodness. Well, I gave these little guys some bliss. I think that's about as good as I can get. What I would like to do, is, we have... Oh, yes, okay. What I would like to do is I would like to take each kobold by the hand and just kind of like reassure with them and walk through with them so they don't have to walk by themselves, because I know it's scary, but I want her to be there to help them whether they make it or not. Like, she just wants to be able to do as much as she can so that she can assist them through.
Okay.
So if they will take her hands, she wants to gesture to them like, I will walk with you that way. And she'll just hold out her hands so that she can, or she'll reach out to both of them, like getting down to their level. She'll kneel down and like reach out her hands and try to hold their hands if they'll allow her to. And when they move ahead, she'll move with them. She'll let them take the lead to walk her.
So you'll ready an action to walk when they walk.
Yeah, essentially. So she's just trying to be as as compassionate as possible to these two little guys. So when they walk ahead, she'll move with them.
Okay. Bright, with your knowledge of the spell, you believe that you can only provide emotional support.
Yeah, I know.
You've given them all the help you can with your magic, but without being able to communicate ideas to them with reliability, there's only so much that can be done. As you make your gestures and you clarify your intent, you're not entirely sure they understand what you're trying to tell them. But they saw Regulus fly through the wall and then drop straight to the ground, and Frack is just watching him, like watching Regulus's body as it just deflates. Now this sad flump lays flat, completely undeflated. No visible wounds, no loud sounds, no explosions, no slicing of the tentacles. He just floated through and then immediately didn't bounce off the ground like he characteristically does. He just... And it is, it's alarming because now this flump that was always moving around, he was always floating and wiggling his tentacles and stuff, and now he's motionless. And
Yeah.
Frack's
Did they
eyes
see me
are...
go in and out?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, gosh, I know, it's so crazy. Like,
Frick, however,
I feel so bad for them.
Frick seems enthralled by you, so he's not really paying attention to anything else. He's just kind of like, he's like grabbing the edge of your wings and just like looking at the leather. He's like, and he's very much he's very childlike. He's a little simple, maybe, and he has like the crooked nose, so
I know.
he's very
Little
characteristic.
thing.
My best friend's girlfriend.
As she used to be mine. Edvard Thar. What happens next, Edvard, as this wall just crumbles into ashes?
Just gonna walk right over it.
Okay.
Then I'm going to use my action to cast Mage Hand to right in front of the dragon statue.
Okay.
That's my action. Do I detect any thoughts coming from around the corner? I still have that going.
Okay. You open up your extrasensory perception, and you do not sense any thoughts out to the range of about 90-ish feet in any direction except behind you, where your party is hanging out.
I just would like to perceive the area if I can do that with my bonus action.
Absolutely. Go ahead and pick a skill, and then make your roll in the tower.
Intimidation.
Alright. Intimidation. So you start punching the walls, and they tell you their secrets. I'm just kidding. So you perceive your environment. This hallway is completely empty of objects. In front of you, in the darkness that looms ahead, you see your floating invisible spectral hand. I imagine that you can see it no matter what, but
Right.
it is, for all intents and purposes, invisible. There is another dragon statue mounted on the wall. Its stone-cold, lifeless eyes stare forward. There are two unlit sconces, and there is a pallid green light emanating from somewhere to the north, and the hallway itself wraps around the corner to the north as well. You don't hear anything in particular except the faint burning embers and little bits of debris that just kind of continue clattering as the wall falls apart behind you. You smell something odd on the air. It smells slightly chemical, maybe something pungent. It's hard to put your finger on it, or nose, so to speak, but that's all you're able to perceive in this moment.
I'll relay that to the rest of the party via the telepathic communication.
Gotcha.
And if anyone wants to reply, they can.
Dragon
No,
head.
It's,
You,
it's like we're driving for NASCAR. We just keep going around to the right.
One, what's NASCAR? Two, don't they turn left?
God, that's such
Whatever. It's like NASCAR. Okay, I didn't say it was NASCAR.
Again, that brings me to my first question. What's NASCAR?
They're making another. They're making another left turn.
There you go.
They're making another left turn. Okay, so I passed it to Yogvin, but I'm gonna go ahead and control Frick and Frack. Frack, he steps forward, and Frick sort of he's waiting for Bright, so I guess Bright steps forward. Frick steps ahead.
Yes.
And wait, what?
Can I be in the middle so I can have each child in each hand?
Sure, yeah. So you
Yeah.
grab them, one in each hand, maybe one on each wing. Grab my wings, something.
Oh, can I huddle them in my wings? Oh my god! I'm getting too attached. I'm
do
sorry.
Do you want to? Do you want to wrap them around your inside
I want to
your wings?
protect them in my wings.
Yeah. So Bright, here's the perception of everybody. For you, Bright, these kobolds, they're in your wings. You have your wings wrapped around them like a shield. For you, it feels completely lukewarm, no wind, no temperature variation. For them, it is bitterly cold, and the wind is whipping, and they start wrapping up their arms like around their chest, and they're just like rubbing their scales, and like they're red scale kobolds, they're fire resistant. That they don't like the cold. They hate the cold, as a matter of fact, and they start like chattering their teeth, and they're like, and they huddle closer and closer to you. They press their bodies up against you, seemingly for warmth, as they perceive frostbite. Like they're just like starting to freeze as they start passing through this barrier, and then when they do pass through the barrier, they have to make saving throws.
Lathander, please bless these little babies.
So, God, here we go.
I know.
DMs can FUD rolls. Not if it's sure.
I hope that's enough.
And as you continue walking, Bright, they kind of both like drop down onto their knees, and like claw you for warmth, and then once they get over to the other side, they just kind of like have this most curious look on their face of confusion. And they turn around and look past your wings, and they look around, and suddenly they're not shivering, they're not like they stop acting like they're cold, and they kind of look at each other, they look up at you, and they smile because they both passed their saves.
The little babies are saved.
Yeah, the power of Lathander. We got a natural 15 and a natural 19.
Goodness gracious. I see.
Frack reaches down and scoops up the body of Regulus, and he just holds it. He cradles it for a moment. It's almost as big as he is. Like it's like holding a big leather bag, except it's translucent, and it makes like a sound. Just because of the air that's deflating. Oh, and it still stinks horribly.
Yeah, he's not the best villain.
Yeah. Frack is cautiously sniffing the corpse, and he's holding it. Frick, kind of he laughs and jumps. He walks up. He goes up to the wall, just kind of amazed at what just happened. It's no longer cold. It feels warm again. He's just super happy. And then it's...
Good job.
And then it's Yogvin's turn. Yogvin will send his echo right up to here, and then he'll pass his turn. He wants to try to be kind of in the middle of everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's Marlin's turn.
All right, I think he's gonna move his 20, and just because he's starting to get curious on how long this is gonna take to get around this next corner, he's gonna, as much as he can, dash, walk fast.
Okay.
And that will, well, he'll do a perception check as well, I think, as a bonus action, I think.
Absolutely. All right. I'm going to read a little flavor text for you, Marlin.
All right.
The next hallway appears to be shorter than the others, and there is a doorway-shaped opening in the middle of the stone wall at the end. The doorway is obstructed by 2 metal gates. Beyond the gates lies an unmistakable, noxious odor of a boiling pool of glowing green acid.
Ooh.
As far as other features, there are no features. It's just straightforward stone walls. There does not seem to be any buttons to push at the moment or levers to pull. There are the 2 gates that are there.
All right. I'll lean over to Edvard and go, I think I smell acid, something very acidic. We might need to be really careful up here. I've already messed up my sandals. I don't want to eaten through and getting into my feet.
I clean your bunions though.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that. All right, well, count your blessings, right? Yeah, all right.
Starts taking off his sandals.
Oh my gosh.
The bureaucrat says, "Oh, by the gods, finally, I can rest." And then the face just kind of like molds into like kind of a stern pose, and it stops moving entirely. And then it is Bright's turn once again.
I want to express my joy with my little kobold friends. Because I may not be able to speak with them, but I can be happy with them.
Brood mother.
Brood mother.
Yeah, you laugh, you skip. They start like laughing and playing. Frick comes up and he looks at Regulus and he starts salivating.
Ooh, buddy. Ooh. Let's not do that.
He starts reaching out and Frack just like smacks his hand. Frack like protects the body and he kind of like moves backward a little bit. He's like hanging onto this giant flump corpse, just like this big bag. It keeps on like pouring out and he has to reach down and grab some more of it, and like he's like trying to fold up Regulus's body almost like a big huge quilt. But
boy,
it's gross and it's clearly made out of flump flesh, such as it is.
Flump flesh.
Yeah.
Oh goodness. Okay, so gosh, I wanna be able to talk to them. I have comprehend languages, which will allow me to understand them. But I don't think that they can understand me. So I would love to be able to talk to them. And they speak Draconic, right?
That's right.
Okay. Gosh, yeah, I don't know Draconic. You understand any spoken language that you hear? Any written language? Gosh. Alright. I don't think it would be worth it then. Unfortunately. Either way. I don't know why Frack is carrying this little body, but I am going to pat Frick and point forward where everybody else is going. I was like, let's go this way. At least I can do that.
Yep.
And then I'll... What the heck? Oh, and then I'll scoot over here.
Bright, you see that the wall has been demolished. Yogvin stands there with the sword out, and there's just like flames all over the place on the ground. It's nothing dangerous or threatening. It's just like little bits of debris that are still on fire. You see Marlin and Edvard up ahead. Marlin has his glowing staff out, and he's illuminating an otherwise darkened hallway. There is another dragon statue at the far end.
Oh boy!
Start rubbing your shoulder.
Oh boy!
Start rubbing that shoulder. Ooh.
We're gonna just, like, you know, it's just a flesh wound. Yeah, fine. No more weird cubes coming out to eat me. All right.
Now, Bright, I believe you wanted to do something earlier that would take some time. I think. Do you
Yeah.
still want to pursue that avenue?
Um. I would like to. But I want to first look to Frack and see what his intentions are with Regulus's gooey body.
Okay. Is that something
Uh,
you wanted to make a skill check for, or just wait until he does something?
well, he seemed when he went up to the body, he seemed pretty sad about it, right?
It seems that Frack is giving the whole situation a bit more respect
Yeah.
than Frick is. Frick seems very childlike in his demeanor, whereas Frack seems like he's somehow managed to have a bit more maturity about the way he's operating.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to figure out a way to communicate to poor Frack. Oh, well, actually, I think what I'll do is keep telling these two, like, keep moving forward. So I tapped Frick and pointed forward. I want to poke Frack and point forward to make sure that we're moving along. And then I will move forward the rest of my movement right here by Yakvin. And then with that, I will do my identify.
Okay.
So I'm going to be chilling here for a while.
So, just to be clear, you wanted to cast the Identify spell from a scroll, and you wanted to burn your 2 sorcery points from your metamagic feat.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and
To
you're
twin
gonna,
it,
so you're
yeah.
gonna twin the spell scroll.
Yes.
Which items do you want to identify?
I want to identify the bag.
Okay.
And are the pink crystals something that I can identify, or are they just crystals? Because
That's a good question.
if not, then I'll yeah.
I think you did determine, Bright, earlier that there is some sort of magical component to these things. But even if they were not magical, the Identify spell would definitely tell you what they are. If they're mundane,
Okay.
or if they're magical. You can
Yeah,
get a
I'll identify
verification
them.
if you want from somebody in your party.
Well, probably Yogvin. He's right next to me.
Yeah. But I'll go ahead and say that earlier you kind of did determine that there was a magical component to the crystals.
Okay.
I believe I think you specifically inquired about that with the check. It's way back in the beginning.
Well, I'll identify the bag so that I can know what the heck it is. And then I guess I'll identify the crystals too. Might as well. I have a bunch of those. So
Okay.
I'll do both.
Could you do me a favor, Bright? Could you make
Sure.
you can either I want you to perceive your environment somehow with the skill check.
Okay. We'll go with perception if we're looking around here.
Okay.
Throw that in there.
All right. So this is a nice quiet spot. The noise from the wall sounds pretty far away. So you imagine you've got enough time to cast this spell without having to move or anything like that. So that's not going to be an issue for you.
Wonderful.
It's not exactly well lit here, but you have dark vision, so your vision is not going to be hindered while you're doing this.
Yogvin's sword isn't helping.
Oh yeah, it is definitely, but
okay.
you imagine he's going to move on, unless you're going to ask him to stay.
Yeah, I'll ask him to stay. I was like, Yogvin, I have some things that I want to look at here real quick. Like, could you please stay for a minute? I know I can see in the dark, but that's a gray.
Okay. Are you gonna let everybody know that you're gonna do this so that they don't go
Mhm.
running off?
Oh yeah. Um, I mean, I'll let them know that, hey, I'm going to be back here checking out the stuff that I've been pulling out of these dragons. Um, I mean, what they do is up to them.
That is true. That is true. Let's see. One more thing. Bright, you go to pull the bag out to subject it to your spell casting. Uh,
Mhm.
the bag seems completely empty. It's
Okay.
kind of large, not humongous, but it is. It's kind of big, maybe like the size of a pillowcase. It cinches off at one end, and then there's like a flap that folds over and closes. It doesn't really seem like there's anything in it, but you haven't checked yet.
Oh, there's identify for you.
Okay.
Yay! I took out the scroll, so can see what the heck it is. I mean, over the course of a minute.
Yeah, you can read the identify spell. No issue. There's no issue to know that that's an identify spell. Okay. So you begin casting, and so I have a little timer here on my paperwork, and as long as you're not
Mm.
moving around or getting into combat and stuff like that, as long as you're spending your action focusing on that, then I'll tick off uh, 10 clicks here for your spell.
Oh yes.
Unless the group wants to pause and just let that time pass without making any exploration. You know, you guys, it'll be kind of like last time. You guys can kind of move around and stuff and be a bit more descriptive. We can zoom out here, but then I can just change the number of rounds up to 83.
Sounds good.
Okay. In that case,
Yeah,
go ahead,
there's
Edvard.
something I'd like to do. There's something I'd like to do during that time, but
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, please.
I'm good with it.
So what would you like to do, Edvard?
Um, I would like to move up to the dragon head statue, shove my mage hand in there, and crank it.
Okay.
Because Edvard does not want Bright to have to be the one-armed tiefling that Harrison Ford is chasing
Yeah.
throughout the city of Chicago.
All right, hang on just a second. I'm just closing some extra windows that I don't need anymore. All right, and Marlon, I see you're moving up there, probably to give a bit of light to the situation. You guys can both see now, all the way to the other end,
Yep.
through those metal grates.
Yep.
They're like big, huge iron cell doors. It looks like.
Okay. In the 2 rounds or whatever that she's doing her thing and he's checking the dragon, I'm going to light those 2 sconces with a light spell for each one. And just so it's constant light right here.
Okay, yeah, I'll allow that notionally. We could say that you light the sconces like so they're firelit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's fine.
no problem. I'm gonna not bother adding that light effect right now because I don't
No,
exactly
that's fine,
recall
yeah.
how to do it. All right, Edvard, Thar, and Marlin, I want to just let you know that you guys can see all the way down to the other end. There is another dragon statue all the way down there to the north. The dragon statue at the end of the hall stares mockingly at you in the sickly green glow in between the metal bars. And also, in between the 2 metal gates lies a withered corpse with a long white beard, sword and shield, and polished armor. It seems to have been there for many, many years. Does anybody want to
That's
do
all I
anything?
wanted to do.
Gotcha, no problem. And I think Yagvin at this point, he's going to stay there. You already asked him to stay. Alright, so Frick and Frack are doing their little thing over here. Frack is dutifully protecting. It seems like he's kind of like protecting the corpse of Regulus. He's just hanging on to it. He folds it into a large quilt shape. He's just having a lot of trouble holding it because he's so small. Frick is just
Poor
kind of
thing.
like hanging out. He's just kind of getting bored and not really doing anything in particular. So we're going to pass a little bit of time as Edvard Thar starts cranking this thing. Edvard, you're using your mage hand, right? And you have range hand legerdemain. So here's what happens. As soon as you begin twisting this thing, the mouth of the dragon statue slams shut. And now you cannot see the mage hand. You cannot see what it's manipulating, but you can kind of sort of feel it. So I'll continue to allow you to twist that thing. So 1 round goes by. And then you twist it for a 2nd round. And then you twist it for a 3rd round. And every time you twist and turn this thing, you can hear faint clink, 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 clink mechanisms from somewhere behind the wall. But whatever it is, it has not activated yet. So after 3 rounds, does anybody want to do anything in particular?
Nope. I'm just watching
Gotcha.
Gauntlet. Edvard.
Okay. We'll go on to the 4th round. You keep twisting this thing, and it's still not activating yet. Perhaps a little frustratingly. A 5th round. And then you hear a metallic clink! And
Oh boy.
The mouth opens up. And there is another set of... there is another cage I forgot to describe. There is another stone cage with trinkets. Pardon me while I switch over to another window for just a second. Just bear with me.
All the windows.
On the windows.
Pause for edit. Because I'm missing a pin for some reason.
I'm not sitting on top of it for once.
Okay, here we go. I got it. We're good. So the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to tell you what seems to be inside the statue. Inside the finger cage. Edvard, you see a series of 5 small leather pouches. You think that there's probably money in there based on previous statues. You see a small little green potion. You see a small little pink crystal. And there is a set of ruby slippers. They are they're almost like bedazzled. Like they're glittering in the light of Marlin's staff. And they're a deep red color, and they glitter, and the light shimmers off of them. They seem very, very valuable. Like they're worth a lot of money. And that is all that's there. And then something else happens. So when this click goes off, there is an additional sound that begins to emanate from somewhere behind the wall. It sounds like a scraping of like a needle, like a needle on a record almost. And there's this sound of like static or something, or maybe like a vaguely electrical sound.
Don't like that.
And then you guys hear some... Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like, actually. It sounds sort of mechanical, actually. Upon the 5th and final clank of the statue, a loud metallic clink can be heard from within the statue, and the stone-fingered cage opens. But this clink is quickly followed by the sound of low static emanating from nowhere in particular, as though a needle had been dropped upon a spinning record. And then you hear strange voices echoing from some distant place elsewhere in the dungeon. You hear a woman's voice. "Do you suppose we'll meet any wild animals?" And then you hear a man's voice. We might." And then you hear a different man's voice. It says, "Animals that eat straw?" And then the man replies, "Some, but mostly lions and tigers and bears." And the woman says, "Lions?" One of the men says, "And tigers?" And the other one says, "And bears." "Lions and tigers and bears, oh my," says the woman. And then all together they say, "Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my." And then there's suddenly a deafening roar echoing from somewhere behind you.
Oh dear.
Followed by stony silence. And then you hear a woman's voice. She says, "I'll get you, my pretties. And your little dogs, too." Her voice echoes down the corridor. What happens next? Let's go ahead and say it's Edvard's turn. Do you do anything in particular, Edvard?
So the fingers are open, right?
Yes, they are.
I'm going to use the mage hand to grab this stuff.
Okay.
And I'll show the stuff to... I'll just give it to Marlin because he's closer.
Gotcha. I'm going to go ahead and put some items into the party sheet. Give me just a second. I'm just working with the parcel. There we go. So I put... there's 2 items that you guys got. It's a little green potion, and then those ruby slippers. And then also 500 electrum pieces. Oh, I forgot.
Beautiful.
You guys should have an extra crystal. Darn. For some reason that didn't make it into the parcel. But yes, so you grab those items. What happens next?
End of my turn.
Alright. Yogvin, he hears this growling sound. And he chink! Shoots out his sword, and he just stands at the ready. He doesn't know exactly where that growling came from, or like the witch sound. Like, it was very loud when the witch laughed. She deafened you guys almost, and the echoing of her laughter came from almost everywhere. So he doesn't know exactly where to go, how to react. And then it's Marlin's turn. Will you do anything in particular?
Where did it come from again?
The growling sound seemed to come from behind you, farther in the direction you guys just came from.
Well, he's going to turn in that direction and look.
Mm-hmm.
He'll ready a firebolt just in case, but he's going to turn in that direction and look.
Gotcha. What's the
But
range on the
that's,
firebolt, if I may ask?
Firebolt, 120 feet.
Oh, you're good. You're good. Okay.
Yeah. So that will be him.
At that moment, you guys hear a familiar voice. It says, "Oh, fie! Do step through, please!
Oh no,
Haven't got all day!"
not again.
And then you guys hear a low...
Oh. Whoa. Combat tracker.
Yeah. As a creature this combat tracker's all screwed up. Can you guys can see that, can't you?
Yeah.
Yes, I see
Okay.
it
So
on the
the-
combat tracker, but I do not know where the token is.
So the surprise is not exactly lost upon you. Perhaps you weren't expecting this, but
Expecting a scarecrow.
You know.
yeah.
Robot.
We're just jumping through the rounds here. I'm gonna change the dungeon to round 79.
Mhm.
And Bright, it's your turn. Please do not metagame.
Just nope.
You definitely
I'm
hear
busy looking
something.
at stuff.
Yeah. No.
I'm just gonna,
I will say you heard the bureaucrat and you heard the growling come from somewhere in the direction you guys just came from. So perhaps you can put 2 and 2 together.
Well, yeah, but I'm busy, so I'm going to ask Yakbin, like, did you hear what I just heard? Because
Yeah.
that.
You should move.
But I can't stop doing what I'm doing.
All right.
Can you go behind me? Just go that way.
All right, but if it gets too sketchy, you better get the hell out of here.
I will do so, yes. And I'm going to gesture for frickin' Frack to come to me. Come this way.
Come to Mama Bright.
Come to Mama Bright. Come to the dead mother. Come this way, children, please.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to just keep on doing what I'm doing as far as the identify stuff is going on. So I'm just chilling. Yeah, this is my spot.
Okay. Frack, he moves up this way. Frick lets out a yelp. Ah! And then he runs straight by. He seems to have
There you
seen
go.
something.
Good job, Frick.
And you guys hear scrabbling of like paws on stone as a roaring tiger comes running around the corner, and it's enormous.
What up there?
It comes running around the
Yagbin?
corner, and then right behind it comes
Its friend.
just a roaring lion and a tiger. Oh my!
Oh my.
Come run around the corner. Edvard Thar. What happens next?
Lion doesn't look too cowardly.
Put him up! Put him up!
Dash my 60. Make my stance there.
Okay. We'll just say for flavor that you shove Yogvin and Bright out of the way and you stomp all over the bag as you pass. Just
Excuse me, sir.
Pardon me, madame. So that's my movement and my action. I will use... He's probably going to be able to pass this. But I will try to telekinetically shove the kitty.
okay. That's a fail. So you, ow! You just like telekinetically blast this tiger, and he goes slam up against the wall, and he just lets out this angry growl.
I'll end my turn.
Okay. Yogvin does Yogvin things. He says, stay here. And he steps forward 5, 10, 15. And then he summons his echo. Right. Oops. I misclicked. Hang on. Summons the echo right there. And then he does Yogvin things. He sends his sword through this interdimensional space, and it pops out on the other end. And he goes to make a swing at this tiger. Oh, and he misses. Damn. Yeah, he misses, so I think that's all he can do. Right? Movement, bonus, and then an action. Okay. And then he'll pass his turn, and then you guys hear from somewhere further back down the other hallway where the elemental walls were. And you hear like a heavy footfall, like a padding of feet, like. But you don't see anything else yet. Marlin, I think you had a ready to action.
I did, yes.
Go ahead.
All right. I'm going to...
I love the sound effects. That's exactly what I wanted.
It was taking me a while to find them. Okay, I'm going to... I guess that's a hit.
Let's see. Yeah, that's definitely a hit. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
All right.
Yeah, that's definitely a hit. Alright, so fire flies all the way down the hall. You can only imagine how cool this looks in the dark. Just Marlin just tossing little flaming blasts down all the way down the hallway and striking true. I love this game. This needs to be a movie. This is like this whole dungeon kind of reminds me of the movie Cube. Have you guys ever seen that? Where it's like just these crazy like traps and stuff, and it's like stacks of rooms, and there's like a door on every single wall, including the top and bottom, and there's like weird stuff going on in each and every room, and normally it's like some crazy trap. It's a really cool little sci-fi movie.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
I never heard of that one.
I highly recommend Cube.
So that was my held action. Do I now get my action for my turn?
Now it's your turn, Marlin.
Okay, very good. I'm just going to rinse and repeat here.
Okay. Oh, that is a hit. Everybody. Oh, man. Everybody sees this firebolt sling down and smack this lion in the face. Burns the fur. Awesome. What else would you
there's
like
my new slippers right there. All right. They're going to be toasty warm.
Outstanding. The bureaucrat somewhere down the hallway says, yes, yes, go with your friends. Please join the people on the other side. There are people lining up behind you. Right. And then it's Bright's turn. Bright, I believe you have to concentrate, don't you?
I do, because I'm assuming that I can't move, or else it'll break whatever I'm doing.
So this, I don't think it's actually clarified in the rules about moving while you're focusing on a spell that has a longer duration than one action. I was not able to find anything definitive.
Identify is not a concentration spell,
It's
so...
not. Yeah, it's not. So I'm willing to...
Perhaps.
I want to say all of your movement is halved, but you can maintain your concentration on your spell casting and then move at the same time. If you want to scoot away from what's happening here, you can move at like as though your movement speed is halved.
That's fine. I will go ahead and do that. I can go up to 15.
Okay.
I'll scoot over this way.
Yeah, so you just like scoop up all this shit that
Yeah.
you know your careful little workspace. So annoying to have like a lion, a tiger, and a bear bust into your private little sanctuary of like workspace. Like, oh, I hate it when that
Gosh.
happens. All
Wish I
right,
was back in my hole for once.
and then you get back to reading. So I'll check off
Mhm.
one more for your identify. Is there anything else you want to do? I don't think you should do anything else. I won't allow you to cast
I
any other
won't.
spells.
Yeah, like I have nothing else.
So
I'm just gonna be focusing on that. Yeah.
just
So
wanted to
if
make
I
sure.
find the chance to, if I find the chance to move, then I'll move. But besides that, yeah.
Okay. All right. So Frack screams at the top of his lungs and then like hustles. He like hustles down this way, and he's holding the flump quilt like a football. Like he just like tucks it up in his arms, and he's like gripping it for dear life, and he goes running. I gotta make sure I grab the right thing here. Yeah, he runs straight down the hallway, about
He's
30
doing
feet.
his best.
He's doing his best. And then Frick, he turns and he sees Yakvin and Edvard, and he stares. He's just watching to see what happens. And so here's what happens. This tiger leaps forward to make an attack at Yagvin's Echo. So let's see here. I need to check out this stat block real quick because this tiger. Oh, okay. So yeah, it's just one of these little bad boys. He jumps forward and he goes to take a bite out of the Echo. Oh my god, that's a crit. Right. So that's a guaranteed hit. I'm not gonna bother confirming, because it's just one hit
The
point.
Echo.
He bites through the Echo, and the Echo just kind of shatters. All right, and then with the rest of its movement, let's see here. Oh yeah, I need to double check. All right. So he rushes forward, growling as it comes. It looks like it's very, very angry. The lion just got hit by a firebolt or two. He moves back, and he's like blinded for a second. There's like embers in his eyes, just like rah, 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 just like shaking the embers out of his eyes.
Oh boy.
Edvard Thar, you're up. Oh, what is it that you are doing?
Fighting spirit.
Can you describe your thought process?
He's
like
muted.
Oh, he's muted. Are you saying things?
Friend, you're muted.
Sorry.
There you go.
Edvard, can you describe like what goes through your head when you're using this fighting spirit? Like what do you think of? Like how do you soup yourself up?
Well, in this moment, the Luxodon version of Eye of the Tiger is playing in his head.
It's trumpet.
Yep.
It's a trumpet version.
All Luxodon trumpet version. You will.
Very cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Then do what you're gonna do.
Give me advantage. Yep. Okay.
All right, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll for damage. Nice. So you slice this tiger. I think you got a little more in you. One of those dice flew away. What happened? Uh-oh. Did anything pop up for you? I didn't get results out of that.
Yep. Just did.
Okay, there it goes. That was weird. Okay, that's a hit. So ferocious though they may be, this thing's not trying to dodge out of your way, it's trying to get at you. So you slice him up a bit. He's still definitely on his feet. Anything else you want to do?
Yeah, because moving in his still attack area is not gonna cause opportunity of attack, so I'm gonna go on the other side of him.
Okay. So you scoot around him.
Hey, there's a third animal up here.
Wait
What
a
is
minute.
it? Kind of looks like an owl bear, but without the owl part. Makes sense. Um,
Oh
and
my.
that it just ends my turn.
Okay. Yogvin? Yogvin's gonna do Yogvin things. Chink! He's going to swing at the tiger with the flaming sword. That's a hit. Here comes damage. Hack, hack, hack. And then with a bonus action, he's going to summon his echo right here. Actually, sorry. Right there. Alright. And then, way in the back here, you guys hear a loud roar as this bear comes stomping up. But the lion is kind of in the way. So the bear can't really get at you guys. So it's like they're all queuing up to fight. Because they're all 10 feet. They all take up 10-foot squares. And they're huge animals.
They're
So,
too fat.
yeah.
They're bottlenecking.
They're bottlenecking. Marlin, it's your turn.
All right. I do not see the the lion anymore, but I'm going to. I need.
I'll take care of that
Can you
for
take?
you.
Yeah, take
give me just a
the
second.
lion off. I'll just.
I'm gonna clear targets and then you just retarget
Yep,
the tiger.
no problem.
It wouldn't let me
Thank
take
you.
one off.
No, that's fine. All right. Since this is doing fairly decently.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
All right, that's a hit.
Lovely.
Whoosh. Oh my god.
Yay.
The kill count on this man, ladies and gentlemen, is astounding.
All right. Maybe I'll make a necklace out of one of those teeth. All right. That's it.
Just adding to
That's
the
all.
collection. The bureaucrat. I'm done role-playing that guy. I am so tired of the bureaucrat. I really am. Bright, it's your turn. What happens next, Bright?
If I can scoot, I will scoot. I will join my children.
You scoot your snoot down here, join the children, brood mother, and you continue focusing on your spell casting. I'll go ahead and check off another block for that. Frack, he's going to keep on moving. He's going to run past Marlin. He's going to look up to Marlin, and he's like, Marlin, you hear him say, "Look out! There are monsters! Wild animals!" And he goes around the corner and he says, "Save yourself!"
A boy.
Frick, he sees a series of firebolts fly by him. Frick, he runs forward. And he pulls out, he goes to pull out his dagger and he realizes he doesn't have it. So instead, he reaches into another pocket of his little kilt, so to speak, and he pulls out a sling and a couple rocks. And he puts the rocks in the sling and he starts spinning them. Yeah.
You go.
All right, and then the lion. The lion reaches forward with a claw to swipe at Yogvin's echo. And misses. So he just swings wide as the echo just kind of floats backwards just a little bit. And yeah, so that's it. That's the lion's turn. Edvard Thar.
So, come up here, in front of the lion, next to the echo.
Yeah.
Target Mr. Lion. And swing, bada, swing. That's a miss.
It's a natural one. No, never mind. We're not going to do any critical fumbles. All right, go ahead and make your second attack. Oh man, you're rolling low. What's going on? That's a hit, though. So go ahead
I
and roll
don't
for
know,
damage.
but the dice looked like it was about to land on one on my
I
side.
know.
I saw
Yeah,
that.
that's what I thought.
Describe your kill.
I'm the real king of the jungle, bitch, and I slice off his head.
This is for Africa.
Oh man.
And then
It looks vaguely like it looks for a second slightly like a famous planeswalker you knew in a previous life.
going to target the bear
Yes.
and try to shove him telepathically.
All right. That's going to be 5, 10, 15 feet as you shove the bear back. And I have to. The bureaucrat says, "Oh, fie! You're going the wrong way, you giant stinky beast! Come back! Come back!"
I'll end my turn.
All right. Yogvin, he's going to move around the corner. He sees this frickin' bear. 2, 3, let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. He's going to float his echo forward. And the bureaucrat just... and then Yogvin is going to teleport to his echo space. They basically have the power to switch positions, which is very badass. And then, as an action, he's going to strike this bear with his flame tongue longsword. So he just like steps through the portal and swipes, and cuts the bear down its belly, singes the fur. It's all very entertaining. The bear, in turn, let me just double check his character sheet. Oh yeah. Alright, so the bear swipes at Yogvin. Ah, fucking miss. That is so messed up.
Wow.
Yeah, so here comes another one. Maybe the bear will get lucky.
Does he need a critical?
Maybe not.
Oof. That's a big oof.
I think everybody needs a critical to hit Yogvin. He's just too good. I have made a mistake as a DM. I've learned a valuable lesson.
Need a crit to hit him.
Need a crit? Need a crit?
No.
I need to talk to, what's his name about getting that dice mod. Alright, so that's all the bear can do. And it's Marlin's turn.
Well, he can't see anything that's going on, and he'll never make it down there without having a heart attack anyway.
Yep.
Right.
So he's gonna come up here. If I start to smell or feel or taste anything that could be damaging, he'll stop. But other than that, he'll come right up to here. And he'll say in Draconic to the Kobold too, that, you gotta be careful, because I think there's acid. That's how this guy died right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will do a perception check as a bonus action.
Okay. Yeah, the Kobold Frack, he says, "This place is so dangerous! How are we gonna make it?"
Just stick with us. We'll make it. All right?
What about my friends? Are they gonna make it?
Yeah. They'll make it.
Oh, thank goodness!
My friends.
I thought they were dead!
Oh, no. They'll be fine.
Oh,
Oh gosh.
alright. You perceive your environment. It's tough to make things out in this moment. I think Frack may be distracting you. You can see that there are holy symbols adorning the polished armor that is on this ancient skeletal corpse. He seems to be carrying a full assortment of equipment. you can see skeletons floating in the distance in that pool of acid. You cannot really make out any other details at this moment. You'll have to re-examine the area when you're not being distracted by this little kobold.
Yep. Not a problem. Thank you.
Okay. Hang on just a second. Alright, guys. So, it's midnight on the East Coast, and for that reason, we're going to go ahead and call it a night here on round 82. That was the last turn of the night, and things are moving. You guys are getting a lot closer than you think. As these hallways start getting smaller and smaller, perhaps you'll be able to kind of breeze by them a little bit quicker and quicker. And you certainly have the fighting prowess. It's just a matter of how well you can solve these puzzles. And in the distance, past the bear, past the lion, past the tiger, past the bureaucrat even, comes marching the wall. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and call it a night. We're on round 82. My name is DM Huxley, and I have 3 awesome players here tonight. I have one other player. He is not here tonight, but I think he'll be here next week. So I'm going to go ahead and say a couple words here. We have a lot of awesome content here on Praetor's Rejects. We have Rise Against the Slave Lords that happens on Saturday nights. We have the Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos game. Hello, Nimbus Panda. If you're still in the chat, I'm sorry I missed you. But yeah, we're playing D&D 5e. Thank you for watching. The Strixhaven game comes on Monday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with DM Esquire, and the Rise Against the Slave Lords game is run by the channel owner, and that would be Lord Praetor himself. And there's a lot of awesome content on the Praetor's Rejects YouTube channel, so please jump back into our catalog and check out all of the cool stuff that has been going on here on Praetor's Rejects for the last couple of years. Guys, is there anything else that you guys want to say or comment on before we wrap it up for tonight?
Nope. Good game.
We're good. It was
Awesome.
good today. Thank you.
Yeah, a lot of ups and downs. We haven't even had a character death. So sad to see
Rip Regulus.
Lord Regulus of the 7th District of Waterdeep stricken down in his prime.
He died like a punk.
He died like a bitch.
That poor little Regulus.
Poor Regulus. Perhaps he will return one day in a different adventure. Who knows?
I could see him dying like
killed by Edvard.
I could see him dying like when you release a balloon, floating all over the room.
I thought very strongly about doing that, but I didn't want to take away from the tragedy of the event. I didn't want to make it a funny death. I
Regulus.
really enjoyed.
It was funny to me.
Just a cynical, dark-spirited man.
He's nice when he wants to be.
And we love him. And we
Don't
love
you
him
dare
for it.
tell anybody that either.
What? I'm not
Your
nice.
secret's safe with us.
You stop lying about me. I'm not nice. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Praetor's Rejects. I am DM Huxley. My players, I'm going to jump over to the portraits. We have Yogbrun Babaln, who could not make it tonight, played by Alex. We have Edvard Thar, played by John. We have Bright the Tiefling, played by Amai. And, of course, Marlin the Magnificent, played by Loco1956. Thank you so much for watching. Next week's session will be on September the 9th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So until then, I will bid you all good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
You don't have
See
to
you
go, but
around.
you can't stay here.
Bye, Felicia.
Everybody get out! Get off my lawn! Yeah.
Get off my lawn.
Get off my stream, you young whippersnappers.